What up, folks? Welcome to the Thursday forecast. So, here is the euro and the US dollar, and this pair is looking very, very range bound. So, we have been stuck in this clear sideways range, and we have broken out to the upside, got volatility, and left a huge wick to the upside, then broke to a downside, left huge double wicks down. So, I'm just expecting for this to give me more range bound price action, so something like this. And I'm just being more patient with this pair, so patience is definitely needed because this is looking very, very bad. It's looking very volatile. We have wicks all over the place, so definitely be more patient. What I would look for in order to get in on a trade, of course, is a large impulse up, and I really do mean a large impulse up, then a flag or a trend to start, definitely for the price action to move away from the current structure, or I'm waiting for that large impulse down and then a nice flag to downside, something like this, and maybe a break and retest trade like this, but definitely for the price to move away from the current structure. Also, if we get a clean descending, I will look for a reversal. Again, I need to see the price action clean up. Same thing to the upside, and ascending, do look for a reversal down. Nothing more to say here. I mean, this is pretty obvious that the market is range bound. So yeah, nothing more interesting to say. And now for the euro and the Japanese yen. So this pair is also looking a bit range bound, so it's not looking that good. We have wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside, as you can see here. So wick, double wicks, wick on top, wicks to the downside, another wick here, but it is kind of moving up. So we have this move, then a pullback, then another push up. That is a bit cleaner than the euro and the US dollar, but still we are kind of stuck in this bad price action range, overall range right here, and we're just being shown this bad price action with wicks all over the place and not some real conviction. We also had an aggressive retrace, and when we have a large wick and an aggressive retrace, that is a no trade for me. So at this point I was not looking for any flags or any sort of an entry setup because of the two warning signs, so the large wick and then this aggressive retrace to the downside. What I am seeing, if we will continue up with this momentum, because we are still on this kind of crappy uptrend, but it's still an uptrend. So if we do push up, I will look for a flag. Again, I want to see a nice large impulse to the upside, or maybe a break and retest trade. I just want to see price continue up. What I'm expecting, to be honest, is just a larger range. The current candles are definitely indicating a larger range at this point because of the huge wick down, huge wick up. And I am also seeing, so we can also get this V reversal to the downside. Then I would look for a range and look for that push down and then a nice flag to the downside. That is also a possibility, but I'm not really sure this will happen. And we can also start ascending, then do look for a reversal down. Again, we need to see that clean price action and some nice confirmation. If we do descend, I'll probably just stay out of this sort of a setup because then it's just showing me more range bound price action. So maybe an ascending going into descending structure, which is always a sign that we will have a larger range. So that's it for EJ. Nothing more to say, nothing interesting really. Just want to see this clean up. And now for the Aussie pairs. So the Aussie US dollar is also volatile. We had this volatility right here, sort of a news candle. I think it was, we left a huge wick down, huge wick up. That is a clear indication of a news candle where there's indecision. The market doesn't know if it wants to go down or up. And then it created another bullish candle which just reversed to the upside, so a clear V reversal. And then this range was definitely to be expected after that sort of price action. And currently we broke down, left huge double wicks, reversed up, and are just being shown volatility. So we can see this V and then look for a range, look for a push up, then maybe a flag, but I want to see really clean price action. I want to see, to be honest, a large impulse up and then a nice flag, or maybe for a trend to start, or just a large impulse down and same thing, a flag, or maybe for a trend to start down. Again, if we do start to descend, I would probably look for a reversal like this. But if we do ascend, then it's just a no trade for me, since we are stuck in this larger range, as you can see here. So maybe if we get this sort of a setup, I'll probably not take it, because we would still be stuck in this larger flat range. So unfortunately, it looks like all of the pairs are not showing us any possibilities and are heavily range bound. And now for the last pair, so the Aussie and the Japanese yen. This one, we had a nice push up out of this sort of an ascending structure. Again, we can see volatility, we can see wicks, huge wicks up, huge wicks down, just a V here, clear volatility, and then a V right here. So very bad price action. Signs, indecision, volatility, and just not showing me any potential. Yeah, very volatile. So currently I'm expecting a larger range for this pair. I'm expecting a larger range between the low and the high. So something like this. And what I would like to see to look for a trade, as on all of the pairs, I just want to see it move away from the structure, give us a nice push up, a nice flag, or a nice large impulse down, and of course a nice flag or a trend, or whichever setup we do get. We can get a V right here, look for a range, look for a push down, and then a nice flag. Or we can get a descending. In that case, I would just stay out, because first, well, the reversals don't really tend to work out on this pair, and the second reason is, so it would just, to be honest, indicate to me more range-bound price action. Maybe an ascending would be a better option, since the overall price action is kind of ascending. But as I said, a descending at this point is just probably going to turn out to be a larger range. But an ascending, it just might work. Again, not really banking on it, and definitely being patient. But let's see what happens. So that's it for the forecast. Yes, as I said, unfortunately, we got moves, but they turned out to be volatility and indecision. Now we're getting wicks, we're getting V reversals. So definitely be more patient and sit on your hands, because this will just stop you out, and you will take a lot of losses if you're trading in these market conditions. Okay, so that's it for the forecast and the trade recap, and I will see you guys tomorrow, which is Friday.